Hey, what is up you guys? My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another First Impressions foundation review and demo. Today I'm going to be testing out the Revolution Pro foundation drops. I just did a review on the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick, so I will link that down below. Make sure to go check that one out as well. But these just launched on Makeup Revolution's website. They're not even actually available in the US. I just got them shipped here from the UK because I really wanted to try these out. One thing before we get started, if you're not already, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday and it really does help me out. So diving right in, I'm gonna just read the description of these drops on their website. So first off, these drops retail for £7 or 10 US dollars. The description says, create a silky, breathable base with Revolution Pro foundation drops. In 18 skin true shades, this ultra lightweight water-based formula creates an undetectable finish on all skin tones. Use a few drops for a sheer wash of color or layer on top to build natural looking medium coverage. Apply with Revolution Pro liquid drop foundation brush for an even finish. Alright, so it's buildable coverage, supposed to be light to medium coverage, and it comes in 18 shades. I picked up the shade F4 because that is my shade in the concealer and they're supposed to coordinate, and I picked up the shade F1 because I wanted to use this as sort of a mixer to lighten up some of my foundations that are just a little bit too dark, because sometimes white mixers lighten it up too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop some swatches of these next to some of my other foundations that I already own up on the screen. Okay, so this is the Revolution Pro foundation drops in F1, the foundation drops in F4, the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick in F4, the Conceal and Define Concealer in F4. This is my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in 201, my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Nude Ivory, CYO Life Proof Foundation in 103, and Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation in L1 Porcelain. And now I'm going to go ahead and test out this foundation on my skin. The website did say that this is a water-based foundation, which is important because you don't want to be using a silicone primer with a water-based foundation. It just gets really messy and gross. So I've just done my normal skincare routine. I will link that down below as well. And I gave my skin a few spritzes of my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 priming and setting spray. And I did actually pick up the Revolution Pro foundation drop brush because I wanted to see what the deal was with this. It has like this little divot in here, which a lot of drop foundation brushes do. I know the NYX foundation brush has this as well. It feels soft but pretty dense. So I'm going to do one half of my face with this brush and one half of my face with this Real Techniques sponge. And I'm going in with the shade F4. The dropper is exactly the same as the drop for their liquid illuminator. I really don't know how much of this to put on. I definitely don't want too much. Okay, so we're just going to start out with this teeny little bit. And I'm going to try blending it out with the foundation drop brush. Alright, so that bit that I put it on blended out really nicely. There's no like brush streak marks or anything. I wouldn't add any more to this because I'm really happy with the coverage as is. It has a sort of nice satiny dewy finish. I have dry skin and I'm not really acne prone, so the main things that I'm looking to cover up when I wear foundation are my pores because they're pretty big, and then my redness. You can see I have like a lot of redness on my face. Those are really the two things that I like want to cover up. I don't necessarily need a full coverage foundation. I think they're fun to play with from time to time. But I would definitely call this light medium coverage with the amount that I put on. The shade looks like it might be a little bit too pink or a little dark, like something's just a little bit off right in my neck area. So I would probably mix these two together in the future. Like I'd maybe just do like one little drop of this in there to help even out that shade. And now for the sponge side. Okay, I feel like I accidentally put like a little bit more on this side than I did on the other side. I just have my Dampen Real Technique sponge, and I really need a new one of these because this one smells a little, so I probably shouldn't be putting it on my face. I'm gonna like transfer some of this down because I really don't need this much product on just my forehead. Okay, the coverage looks pretty much the same on both sides. It looks a little more makeup-y on the sponge side actually, which is really weird. That normally doesn't happen with makeup sponges. It's normally the brush side that looks more makeup-y. This honestly just looks like skin. Like this could just be my skin. It looks really nice. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup before bringing you guys over to the window, just so the video isn't insanely long. But I'm gonna do a flash test before I add my concealer on. There is no SPF in this, so there shouldn't be any flashback, but just to make sure. Alright, horrible picture, remembering to save it this time though. No flashback, wasn't planning on there being flashback. Really impressed with this so far. Let me just put my concealer on. My Makeup Revolution concealer is like almost dried up because you really don't get a ton of product in here. That's reminding me that I didn't talk about the size of this. These are 0.63 ounces. They're the same size as the Liquid Illuminators. And if you're familiar with the Cover FX foundation drops, they're a little bit bigger than those. I'm just gonna blend this out. I really like this brush, honestly. I normally don't love foundation brushes. I've been liking them more lately, but this is definitely, like, I like this one. Okay, I'm like pretty tired today, so I'm not having like a yes, oh my god reaction to this, but like I really do like how this looks, and it feels like absolutely nothing on my skin, which is so nice, especially since summer is coming up. Nobody wants a heavy foundation on their skin in the summer. I'm just gonna set my under eye with the teeniest bit of this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Okay, so both of those products applied totally fine over top. No issues with that. Everything looks good. I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup, which is like not gonna be a lot of makeup because I have class and I don't feel like doing anything crazy today, but I will be right back in Natural Light. Alrighty, I am all done with my makeup. So this is the foundation in Natural Light. I'm looking at it on my compact, and again, this just looks so nice. Like, this truly is a skin finish, I feel, and it feels like nothing on my skin. Like, it truly feels like there's nothing on my skin right now. So I'm just gonna zoom you guys in as much as I can. Like, everything looks really smooth and nice. There's no like redness showing through. There's no like clingy patchy spots anywhere. You can see my pores a little bit, but again, like, it's skin. There's gonna be skin texture there. But I'm so impressed with how this looks right now, honestly. So it is currently 4 p.m. I finished up the actual foundation at about 3:30. So my final check-in time is going to be 11:30 or later so that we get a full 8-hour wear test. My first class was canceled, so I'm gonna go walk around the village. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I will check in with you guys in a few hours. Alright guys, so it is 7:30 p.m. so I've had this foundation on for 4 hours right now. This is a 4-hour check-in. There's actually still sun outside, which is amazing, so I get to do a natural light check-in, which like never happens. I am looking at my skin on the compact and on the monitor right here, and I honestly think it looks so amazing right now. This did settle in to be a little bit more dewy. I think the only place that looks a little bit like too dewy or oily is my nose, which that's sort of the area where I do tend to get the most oily, is like that nose, that T-zone area, but it's not breaking down or anything. I I'm super impressed because I wore sunglasses. I was walking around taking pictures in West Village and I wore sunglasses the whole time because it was really bright out, and there's like not really a sunglasses mark. Like if you get really close you can sort of see where I had my sunglasses on, but like normally when you wear sunglasses there is like that insanely red mark right there. The only place that's like sort of red and faded is around my nose because I've been like hecka playing with my nose ring today. That is like the only thing, but everything else looks so good so far. Makeup Revolution has honestly been killing it with like these new foundations and concealers. Like I'm so impressed. Sorry, I cannot hold this camera up, like it's so heavy. But yeah, I will be back at 11:30 to do my 8-hour / final check-in. So I'll see you guys in a sec. So it's now 11:30. I've had this foundation on for 8 hours. It still looks decent. It definitely does not look as nice as when I first put it on or during the 4-hour check-in, but again, this is without really any sort of like smoothing or long-lasting primer. I just used the Too Faced spray to add a little boost of hydration. My nose and my chin are pretty oily, but I haven't blotted them or anything, so they're definitely not as oily as with the foundation stick, so that's a good thing. It does just look a little like faded or like it's clinging to my texture on my cheeks a little bit now. My under eye looks shitty because my mascara transferred again, and the concealer doesn't really look good, but that doesn't have anything to do with the foundation. The foundation hasn't settled into my nose crease at all where it normally does, and I think that's it. I think I have covered all of the foundation bases, so that is it. Overall, I would say that I like this foundation. It wore comfortably, it wore decently well. I'm normally not someone that wears my foundation for 8 or 10 hours anyways, but I definitely wouldn't do that without a primer. So the fact that this wore pretty decently without a foundation primer is a good thing. That means if I could probably play around and find a good combo that would really make this last super well. The shade match doesn't look as bad now as it did earlier. Like I actually think it looks pretty fine. Like that line isn't really there. I think I might have just rubbed it off on my neck, but on my face it looks totally fine. So that's not a huge deal. I'll probably still mix these two in the future. So overall, I definitely would say that I like this foundation. Like always, I will keep you guys updated. I will make sure to mention all the products that I have reviewed in the past 2 months in my upcoming March and April favorites. I do bi-monthly favorites videos because I don't buy enough stuff to do monthly favorites. So if you want to hear my updated thoughts on this, make sure to look out for that video. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright, so it is now 11:30. I have had my foundation on. I fucking hate you.
Keep that in the video.
No, you don't want to be in the video. I'm not keeping it in the fucking video.
You should keep it.